A laptop screen, StudentAid.gov. The loading wheel spinning for the third time in 10 minutes. A 29-year-old social worker in Columbus sitting on a couch they bought used, still wearing the lanyard from their shift, staring at a message from the Department of Education that says their repayment plan no longer exists. Not suspended, not paused, gone. 7.5 million borrowers received that same message in late March 2026, according to the U.S. Department of Education. The SAVE plan is dead. A federal court vacated the rule on the 10th of March, 2026, and the One Big Beautiful Bill Act had already killed it by statute on the 4th of July, 2025. Starting the 1st of July, servicers begin reaching out. Borrowers get at least 90 days to pick a new plan. If they do not pick, someone picks for them. This is not a policy explainer. This is a walkthrough. One person, one loan balance, every screen, every click, every number that changes. Start to finish. Because the difference between the plan that just disappeared and the plan that replaces it is not a rounding error. It is the rent. Here is the person, a social worker in Columbus, Ohio, 29 years old. Adjusted gross income of $45,000. In range for social and human service workers in Ohio. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, May 2024 data, federal student loan balance of $65,000 in direct unsubsidized loans. All undergraduate enrolled in the SAVE plan since the fall of 2022. Household size of 1, no dependents. Has been in administrative forbearance since the courts froze SAVE in mid-2024. Under SAVE, the formula worked like this. Take the AGI. Subtract 225% of the federal poverty line. For a single person in 2026, that is $35,910. Per the HHS poverty guidelines published January 2026, that leaves $9,090 in discretionary income. SAVE charged 5% of that for undergraduate loans. 5% of $9,090 divide by 12. $37.88 a month. That is what the plan cost. That is what got taken away. The social worker opens their laptop. They have to move. The apartment got condemned. They need a new one. And the closest thing available right now is called IBR, income-based repayment. It has been around since 2009. It is not new. It is not innovative. It is just the one that is still standing. Here is the EBR formula. Same AGI, 45,000, but IBR does not use 225% of the poverty line. It uses 150%, $23,940 for a single person. Per the U.S. Court's 2026 Poverty Guidelines document, discretionary income under EBR, 45,000 minus 23,940, $21,060. And IBR does not charge 5%. It charges 10% for new borrowers per federal student aid and student loan planner. 10% of $21,060 divide by 12. $175.50 a month. You close the app, you open it again. The number is the same. From $37.88 to $175.50. Same person, same income, same loan. The only thing that changed is the formula. 2 levers moved at once. The poverty line multiplier dropped from 225% to 150%. And the income percentage doubled from 5 to 10. One lever would have hurt. Both levers together nearly quintupled the payment. Look, I need to say this. I am not your advisor. I am just someone who reads reports. Your situation is your situation. But those two numbers, 37 and 175, sitting side by side on the same income, on the same loan. That is not a glitch. That is a formula swap. And the formula swap has a price. So, what does the social worker in Columbus actually do? They have a laptop, a Wi Fi connection, and roughly 70 days before the clock starts ticking in July. Here is the walkthrough. Step 1, they go to StudentAid.gov login with their FSA ID. The dashboard shows their loans, their servicer, and a banner at the top that says their current plan, Save, is no longer available. There is a link to the loan simulator. They click it. The loan simulator is the closest thing the Department of Education has to an honest calculator. It pulls their real loan data. It asks for income. It asks for household size. And then it spits out every repayment plan they are eligible for side by side, with monthly payments and total cost. A parking lot outside a social services office. 6:15 in the evening. The sun is low. They are sitting in their car with the phone propped on the steering wheel, scrolling through the loan simulator results. 3 income-driven plans show up IBR, pay, ICR. And starting the 1st of July, a fourth option appears, the new Repayment Assistance Plan, RAP. Here is why they are not waiting for RAP. RAP uses 1 to 10% of AGI, not discretionary income, with a 30-year forgiveness timeline, per the One Big Beautiful Bill Act provisions, explained by SoFi and Student Loan Planner. For someone making $45,000, RAP falls in the 40 to 50,000 tier at 4% of AGI. 4% of 45,000 is $1,800 a year. Divided by 12, that is $150 a month. Sounds close to EBR. But the forgiveness timeline is 30 years under RAP versus 20 years under IBR for new borrowers with undergraduate loans, per the Tate SQ analysis of IBR to RAP transitions. 10 extra years of payments, 10 extra years before the remaining balance disappears. They pick EBR, not because it is cheap, because the clock is shorter. Step 2. They click Apply for an income-driven repayment plan on StudentAid.gov. The system asks if they want to authorize the IRS to pull income data automatically. They do. This is faster than uploading tax returns manually. A few clicks. The IRS data transfer takes a few business days to process. Per the Tate SQ walkthrough, manual uploads take longer. They pick the automatic route. Step 3. The application asks which plan they want. They select EBR. The system shows the estimated monthly payment, $175.50. They stare at it, not because it is wrong, because it is right, and right is expensive. They submit. Their servicer places the account in processing forbearance while the application is reviewed. Processing forbearance months can count toward IDR forgiveness once the plan change is finalized. According to Tate SQ, that matters, every month counts. And this is where the part that nobody talks about shows up. A kitchen table, 9 at night, a bowl of cereal that is dinner. A phone open to a Reddit thread titled, Do Save Payments Count Toward EBAR Forgiveness? The answer, buried 14 comments deep, is yes. Qualifying months earned under Save, Pay IBR, or ICR all count toward the 20 or 25-year IDR forgiveness timeline. When you switch plans, those months carry over. That is confirmed by Tate SQ and consistent with federal student aid guidance. The social worker in Columbus enrolled in SAVE in the fall of 2022. They made payments from late 2022 through mid-2024 when the courts froze the plan. That is roughly 20 qualifying payment months before the forbearance started. Those 20 months do not vanish when they switch to EBR. They transfer. They count toward the 240 payment threshold for EBR forgiveness on undergraduate loans. 240 months total. They have already done 20. That leaves 220, 18 years, and 4 months, not 20 years. The time they already served carries over. And most borrowers do not know this. I was ready to explain this away. I looked for the asterisk, the exception, the buried clause that said transferred months only count under certain conditions. The rule is clean. Prior qualifying payments on any IDR plan count toward forgiveness on any other IDR plan. No reset, no penalty. The clock keeps running. There is a number that sits underneath all of this. And it is the number that should change how the social worker thinks about the next 18 years. $175.50 times 220 months equals $38,610 in total remaining EBR payments. Their loan balance is $65,000. If their income stays flat, and for a social worker in Ohio, flat is optimistic, they pay $38,610 over the remaining term. The rest, whatever is left after interest, gets forgiven. Under the old SAVE math, they would have paid $37.88 times 220, which is $8,334 in total remaining payments. The difference between the SAVE path and the EBR path, same person, same income, same loan, is roughly $30,000 over the life of the repayment. $30,000. That is not depreciation. That is a different life. You put the phone face down on the counter. You pick it back up. They did not do anything wrong. They enrolled in the plan the government told them to enroll in. They made every payment on time. They filed their income certification every year. And the system changed the rules underneath them while they were standing on them. The $30,000 difference between their old plan and their new plan is not the cost of a bad decision. It is the cost of a formula change they had no vote in. The system calls this a transition. The math calls it a repricing of compliance. Step 4, confirmation. Their servicer sends an email. The plan change is approved, IBR. Monthly payment, $175.50. First payment due 30 days from activation. Their payment count from SAVE has been acknowledged. They take a screenshot, save it, because the single most important thing a borrower can do right now, after switching plans, is document everything. The confirmation email, the payment count, the loan summary, the servicer portal showing the new plan name. Temporary processing gaps in payment trackers are common during plan changes. Prior months are restored once processing finishes per Tate ESQ. But if there is no record, there is no dispute. Save every screen. One more number. If the social worker in Columbus gets a raise, say their AGI goes from 45 to 55,000 in 3 years. Their EBR payment recalculates. New discretionary income 55,000 minus 23,940. $31,060. 10% divided by 12. $258.83 a month. The payment grows with income and the ceiling moves. You are holding your phone with both thumbs. One tab is the loan simulator. One tab is your bank account. You keep switching between them. Here is what exists in the system right now, not advice, just levers. First, lever. If you are still in SAVE administrative forbearance, you can apply to switch to EBR today. Right now, StudentAid.gov. IDR application. Authorize the IRS data pull. Pick IBR. Submit. Every month you wait in forbearance is a month that earns 0 qualifying payment credit toward forgiveness. Second lever. When you switch, Ask your servicer to confirm your prior qualifying payment count in writing, not on the portal, in writing. An email, a letter, a message in your servicer inbox with a date stamp. If the count is wrong later, you need a paper trail. Third lever, recertify your income every year. EBR requires annual income recertification. Miss it and your payment jumps to the standard repayment amount. Set a reminder, not a mental note. An actual calendar reminder 12 months from today that says recertify income for IBR. Fourth lever. If your income is volatile, freelance work, overtime, seasonal, consider whether filing taxes in a way that reflects your actual situation could affect your AGI and therefore your payment. Talk to a tax professional about this, not me, someone who can see your full picture. The earliest that 90-day deadline lands. For borrowers whose servicers issue notices on the 1st of July itself, is the 29th of September 2026, based on the Department of Education, the 27th of March announcement. Your specific deadline comes from your servicer. That is not a lot of time when 7.5 million people are trying to use the same website. A browser tab, StudentAid.gov, the loading wheel. A person in Columbus staring at a number they did not choose, on a plan they did not ask for, with a payment count that followed them from a place that no longer exists. They are not behind because they were careless. They are behind because the formula changed and nobody asked them. That is not a budgeting failure. That is a policy swap with a 70-day fuse.